Now let's continue and still have in second week, and let's proceed with the module 6, solving rational equation and inequalities. In this lesson, you shall explore more about solving rational equations and inequalities by carefully studying the step-by-step methods of solutions. So our learning objectives: after going through this module, you are expected to 1. Apply appropriate methods in solving rational equations and inequalities. Number 2. Solve rational equations and inequalities using algebraic techniques for simplifying and manipulating of expressions. Number 3. Determine whether the solutions found are acceptable for the problem by checking the solutions. So for you to begin, you need to recall some properties and processes to simplify rational expressions by answering the following problems below. So number 1, simplify the given rational expression. So x minus 2 all over x squared minus 4. So to simplify the rational expression, you can do the following steps. So first, factor the denominator of the rational expression. Since our numerator is not a factorable expression, so we have to factor x squared minus 4. So the factor of x squared minus 4, x minus quantity x minus 2 times x plus 2. So the denominator now is factored. Factor into x, quantity x minus 2 and x plus 2. Divide the common factor. So what is the common factor? Of course, the x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. So any number divide with the same number is always equal to 1. Say for example, 5 divided by 5 is equal to 1. So x minus 2 over x, divide x minus 2, it becomes 1. So yung x minus 2 dito magiging 1. The same with the x minus 2 becomes 1. So write the simplified rational expression. So magiging 1 over x plus 2. Kasi 1, nagiging 1 itong numerator natin. Yung x minus 2 dito is nagiging 1. Then 1 times quantity x plus 2, that's x plus 2. Next. Number 2, multiply the given rational expressions. So 3x plus 1 over x squared minus 1 times x plus 1 over 3x squared minus x. To simplify rational expressions, you can do the following steps. So first, factor out all possible common factors. And next, so what are the common factors? For the factor of x squared minus x, that is x, quantity x plus 1 times quantity x minus 1. And for the 3x squared minus x, that's quantity x, that's x times quantity 3x plus 1. And of course, we have to divide all the common factors. So the common factors, halimbawa, for the 3x plus 1, so divide by 3x plus 1. So yung common niya. So we have to divide numerator and denominator. So 3x plus 1, and take note, it is only, we can divide the common factors. So 3x plus 1 divide 3x plus 1. Then another, if we have common also, the common factor for numerator and denominator, so yung x plus 1 and the x plus 1 dito. So divide x plus 1 and x plus 1. So magiging 1. So 1 times 1 equals to 1. So 1 times 1 equals 1. Then 1 times x minus 1, so magiging x minus 1. Then x times 1, magiging x. So ito yun. X times 1 over x times x, quantity x minus 1. Then, solving rational equation. So, the problem is x minus 3 all over x squared minus 25 plus 1 over x plus 5 equals 1x minus 5. So, first, we have to find the least common denominator. Since x squared minus 25 is, of course, factorable siya. So, yung factor niya is x plus 5 times x minus 5. And of course, it has also the least common denominator for both of these denominator. So, x plus 5 and the x minus 5. So, common yung denominator nila. Then, multiply both sides of the equation by its LCD. So, ayan. So, yung quantity x plus 5 times quantity x minus 5, so, i-distribute natin each of the term. So, apply the distributive property and then simplify. So, quantity x plus 5 times x minus 5, then times to this term, x minus 3 over x squared minus 25. And take note, x squared minus 25 and x plus 5 times x minus 5 is the same lang sila. So, we have to divide this one, becomes 1. And then, ayan. Then, quantity x plus 5 times quantity x minus 5 times 1 over x plus 5. So, ma-divide yung x plus 5 natin. So, yung matitira, x minus 5. So, yung x minus 5 multiplied by 1. So, that's 1 times x minus 5. Then, another, distribute this 1 to this term. So, x plus 5 times x minus 5 times 1 over x minus 5. So, the common factor is x minus 5. So, we have to divide x minus 5 divide by x minus 5. So, it becomes 1. So, 1. Magiging 1. So, yung natira is x plus 5. So, x plus 5 times 1. Then, so, x minus 3 plus x minus 5. Since 1 times x minus quantity x minus 5 is x minus 5. Then, equals 1 times x plus 5. That is x plus 5. Then, find all the possible values of x. So, we have to combine the like terms. So, x times plus x. So, magiging 2x. Then, negative 3 minus 5, that is negative 8, equals x plus 5. Then, find the value of x. So, magiging 2x minus x equals 8 plus 5. Then, x is equal to 13. So our solution for this x is equal to 13. Now let's check our solution kung tama ba yung solution natin that x is equal to 13. So check the value by substituting into original equation and reject inextraneous roots. If there is an extraneous roots, so kung hindi magbabalance yung dalawang term, so i-reject natin siya. Hindi siya kasama sa ating solution. Okay? Let's check by substituting the value of x, which is 13, to our original equation. So, ayan. Then, yung x magiging 13. So, 13 minus 3, that's 10. Then, 13 squared minus 25. So, magiging 169 minus 25. Then, dito, 1 over x plus 5. So, 13 plus 1 over 13 plus 5. That is 18. So, plus 118. Then, this one, 1 over x minus 5. So, 1 over 13 minus 5. That's 8. Then, 10 over 144 plus 1 over 18. Then, equals 108. Then, finding the LCD, so magiging 10 plus 8 over 144 equals 1 over 8. Then, 1 over 8. So, there's no extraneous root. So, our solution is correct. Next, solving rational inequality. So, our rational inequality is 3x plus 1 over x minus 1 greater than equal to 2. So, first step, put the rational inequality in the general form where greater than can be replaced by less than equal, and greater than equal. So, our general form is r of x over q of x greater than 0. So, yung general. But of course, it can replace by this one. So, depende siya kung ano yung given na inequality natin. Since in our inequality, we use greater than equal. So, greater than equal to dito. So, 3x plus 1 over x minus 1 greater than equal to 2. So, to do that, so, dapat magiging 0 yung kabila. So, magiging 3x plus 1 over x minus 1. Then, magiging negative 2 kasi nasa kabila siya. So, magiging negative 2 greater than equal to 0. Then, step 2, write the inequality into a single rational expression on the left-hand side. So, in the left-hand side, since two terms pa man ito, so magiging single expression siya by getting the LCD. So, the LCD is x minus 1. And take note, in combining or making the two terms into a single rational expression, so we have to multiply each term to the LCD. So, 3x plus 1, since the LCD is the same with the denominator of this term, So we have to copy 3x plus 1 minus 2 times the LCD, x minus 1. All over x minus 1, then greater than equal to 0. Then let's try to simplify. So 3x, since negative 2 times x is negative 2x, so 3x minus 2x magiging x. Then 1 plus 2. Since negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. So magiging 1 plus positive 1 plus 2. So x plus 3. So magiging 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So x plus 3 over x minus 1 greater than equal to 0. So remember that one side must always be 0 and the other side is always a single fraction. So simplify the fraction if there is more than one fraction. So yun yung ginawa natin kanina. So by transforming this one into a single expression. Step 3, set the numerator and denominator equal to 0 and solve. So the values you are called is what we call critical values. So our numerator is x plus 3. So x plus 3 is equal to 0. Then x becomes negative 3. Then for the denominator, x minus 1. So x minus 1 equals 0. Then x equals 1. So our critical values now is negative 3 and positive 1. So solving an inequality is much like solving rational equation, except that there are additional steps that focus on illustrating the solution set and inequality. So the concept in solving the rational inequalities and the rational equation is some like the same lang sila, but there is an additional steps in solving the rational inequalities. Okay, step 4, since our critical values is negative 3 and 1, so plot the critical values in the number line, breaking the number line into intervals. But this time, sa plot natin, di pa kasali si negative 3 and 1 since open pa siya dito. Then, for step 5, substitute the critical values to the inequality to determine if the endpoint of the interval in the solution should be included or not. Kasi dito, hindi pa siya included in the solution. So, we have to check first kung true ba siya. So, let's try with the negative 3. So, when x is equal to negative 3, by substituting the critical value into our original inequality. So our inequality is 3x plus 1 over x minus 1 greater than equal to 2. So by substituting negative 3 to the value of x, we have negative 8 over negative 4 greater than equal to 2. Then the answer is 2 greater than equal to 2, which is true. So meaning the x is equal to negative 3 is included in the solution. How about 1? How about this one? So 3 times 1 plus 1 over 1 minus 1, then 4, 0. So undefined kasi yung denominator natin is 0. So undefined greater than equal to 2. So meaning x is equal to 1 is not included in the solution. So, our illustration, so yung negative 3 lang yung included kaya may shaded siya dito. then dito naka-open siya, meaning hindi siya kasali sa ating solution. Since inequality siya, so we have this interval. Then, step 6, select test values in each interval and substitute this value into the inequality. So, 3x plus 1 over x minus 1 greater than equal to 2. So, ito yung rational inequality natin. Okay. So, we have to select test values in each interval. So, for example, this one, negative 3, included naman siya. Let's try to check another value. How about negative 5? Then, between negative 3 and 1, we have also negative 1. And of course, greater than 1, baka kasama tong dito. Because, in our case, only the negative 3 is our solution. How about less than negative 3? So, we use negative 5. Then, we try also to check if there is a solution between negative 3 and 1. So, we use negative 2. And we don't know if kasali din ba sa solution yung greater than 1. So, we use 3. Kuha. So, we use negative 5, negative 1, 3. So, for x is equal to negative 5, so substitute negative 5 to the value of x in our original rational inequality. So, 3 minus negative 5 plus 1 over negative 5 minus 1 greater than equal to 2. So, negative 14 over negative 6. So, magiging 2.33 greater than 2. So, x is equal to negative 5. Then, that is true. Meaning, yung values less than negative 3 ay kasali sa ating solution. So, may idea na tayo. How about in between sa negative 3 and 1? And we are using negative 1. If itong line dito is kasama ba sa ating solution. So, x is equal to negative 1. So, by substituting the value of x, which is negative 1, to our original rational inequality. So, 3 times negative 1 plus 1 over negative 1 times negative 1. So, negative 2 greater than 2. 1, the answer is 1 greater than equal to 2, which is false. So, meaning, yung value between negative 3 and positive 1 ay hindi kasali sa ating solution. So, yung kasali lang muna is negative 3 less than and equal to negative 3. Let's try to check if yung x is greater than or equal to 1, kung kasali ba siya. So, we are using 3. So, when x is equal to 3, let's try to check. 3 times 3 plus 5, 3 minus negative 1. So, 10 over 2, magiging 5. So, true. So, our solution on this inequality, so, yung shaded part na ito, kasali si negative 3 up to negative infinity. And of course, dito rin. Pero hindi kasali si 1, greater than 1. All the values less than and equal to negative 3 and the values greater than 1. So, use the interval notation to write the final answer. So, ito na yun. This is our notation or the interval notation. So, kasali si negative 3 up to negative infinity with the union of So, di kasali si 1, excluded si 1, to positive numbers. So take note, if the test value makes the inequality true, then the entire interval is a solution to the inequality. Yan yung sinabi kanina. If the test value makes the inequality false, then the entire interval is not a solution to the inequality. Like for example, in negative 1. So di kasali si yung interval dito in between negative 3 and 1 is not a part of the solution. So I hope this video will help you to finish this your module, specifically in module 6. So God bless and thank you.